All right, get ready, because today we're going to take a deep dive into the world of play-to-earn gaming.
Specifically Goat Tapper.
Go Tapper, exactly.
Yeah.
And, most of you probably already know about P2E, but for those who don't, it basically lets you earn real-world rewards for
doing well in the game.
Yeah, for winning.
Yeah.
Basically, it's turning that whole idea of like, oh, I wasted all that time gaming,
Okay.
into, oh, I earned some money.
You're investing.
Yeah, exactly.
Worth a bit.
So we dug into this article titled, How Goat Tapper is Revolutionizing the Play-to-Earn Gaming World.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, let me tell you, it gets pretty interesting.
Yeah, the thing about Goat Tapper and just P2E in general is it's not even just about, like you said, swapping your leisure time for potential income. It's really like a fundamental shift in gaming.
Right.
So you think about it, in the old days, you would pay for a game, maybe get some cool virtual items,
Right.
but it was all locked in that game.
You couldn't take it with you.
Right. And now with the blockchain technology, those digital assets that you work for, you actually own.
It's like, it's like owning the real Pokemon card
Right.
instead of just having a copy of the image.
Exactly. And Goat Tapper really takes it a step further because their in-game marketplace, I mean, they're seeing a daily trading volume exceeding 10,000 tokens, and some of the rare items like the Diamond Hose skin.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that one.
Oh, yeah.
People are going crazy for that.
Going for like 500 tokens each, like that's real value.
Yeah.
Changing hands.
So let's talk about the game itself.
Yeah.
The article describes it as simple but addictive. And we all know we love those types of mobile games, right?
Absolutely.
The ones that you can just pick up.
Easy to learn,
Yeah.
but hard to master.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, you don't have to be like a hardcore gamer to really get into Goat Tapper.
Right.
You just tap your way to victory.
Level up your goat.
Try to get those high scores, but here's where the blockchain magic comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every time you level up, earn a unique item, or hit a milestone, it's not just a number on the screen.
Right. It's not just like a regular game.
It's recorded on this immutable ledger, so it means you have undeniable proof of ownership.
Oh, wow.
It's like a digital certificate of authenticity for your in-game achievements.
So it's like owning the limited edition print
Exactly.
versus just like having a copy.
Right, you have the blockchain to prove it.
That's amazing. So, okay, let's say I'm playing and I unearth, this super rare item.
Yeah.
But what sets Goat Tapper apart from other games where you might be stuck with that item forever?
Well, that's where the decentralized ownership comes in,
Okay.
which is powered by blockchain and NFTs.
Okay.
So let's say you find like a golden fleece in the game.
Oh, a golden fleece.
It's not just a cool visual, it's actually a unique NFT
Right.
that you can trade or sell to other players
Oh, on the market
on
line.
their marketplace, which is bustling.
So some players have actually made like real money
Real money.
doing this.
Hundreds, even thousands, just by selling rare items or high-level accounts.
That's incredible.
It is.
But it also sounds like Goat Tapper isn't just about grinding for rare items or making a quick buck.
Absolutely not.
The article talks about how they really have a strong focus on,
The community?
yeah, the community. They're really driven by that.
It's amazing because you know how some game developers can be so out of touch?
Oh, yeah, totally.
It's not like that with these guys.
They're really in it.
They're engaged, they take feedback to heart, and they actually implement changes based on what the players want.
That's awesome.
Yeah, like just last month, they did a poll to decide on a new game mode, and the winning option, Stampede mode, was completely player-driven.
So the players really do have a voice.
They do.
That's great.
It's refreshing, actually.
That's fantastic. And, this whole thing runs on the Binance Smart Chain.
Yes.
Why is that a big deal?
Well, you know how some blockchain networks can be really expensive to use?
Oh.
With Binance Smart Chain, the transaction fees are just a fraction of what you'd see elsewhere.
Oh, wow.
So when you're trading those hard-earned Goat Tapper assets, more of your profits stay in your pocket.
That makes sense.
And it also makes the game more accessible for players who might not want to spend a fortune just to get started.
That's right. You're not priced out.
Exactly.
So we've got captivating gameplay, we've got true ownership of your in-game achievements, and we've got a vibrant player-driven community.
Yeah.
But how do you actually earn these goat tapper tokens that everybody wants.
Well, it's a multi-pronged approach,
Okay.
which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, you earn tokens for playing the game,
Right, just for playing.
completing challenges, climbing those leaderboards.
But there's other ways too.
But you also get rewards for holding rare items.
Oh, wow.
Participating in community events, and even just referring new players.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's really like,
It keeps things interesting.
it's not just about being the best.
It gives players multiple paths to success.
Right, you don't have to be the best tapper in the world
Exactly.
to make money.
Exactly.
But I'm sure it helps
Oh, yeah.
if you are
Absolutely.
the best tapper.
Yeah, and what I find really fascinating is how they've integrated staking into the game.
Oh, staking.
It's like a bonus reward system just for being a dedicated player.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
yeah.
Staking. So is it kind of like those loyalty programs where you like rack up points for being a regular customer?
Yeah, it's similar to that,
Okay.
but way cooler. Like, think about it this way.
Okay.
You deposit your goat tapper tokens into a virtual bank,
Okay.
and then those tokens work for you
While you're off, like, doing other things in the game.
while you're out conquering challenges.
Yeah.
Over time, you earn additional tokens just for holding on to those original tokens.
Wow.
So it's a way to passively grow your in-game wealth even when you're not playing.
So it kind of encourages people to think long-term
It doesn't.
about the game. Yeah.
It really does.
But, we've also heard all this buzz about Goat Tapper and the metaverse.
Yes.
So what's the deal with that?
So this is where things get really exciting.
Okay.
Goat Tapper isn't content with just being a standalone game.
Right.
They're really looking ahead to the future and envisioning a future where your items, your whole Goat Tapper identity
Oh, wow.
can move seamlessly into other virtual worlds.
So that's like,
That's the metaverse.
it's like a whole nother level.
It is. It's next level stuff.
But is that even really possible?
Well, it's still early days for the metaverse as a whole,
Right.
but the team behind Goat Tapper is making some serious moves.
Oh.
They're developing cross-platform compatibility
Yeah.
so that your Goat Tapper assets can actually be recognized and utilized in other metaverse-ready games.
So it's like I could take my character and go into a different game.
Imagine taking that Diamond Hooves skin
Oh, yeah.
that we talked about earlier
Yeah.
and equipping it on your avatar in a different game.
That's insane.
That's what they're going for. That's that interoperability.
So it's not just a game. It's like a whole world.
It's a passport to a whole digital universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is wild. Okay. But it can't all be good, right?
Right.
There's got to be some downsides.
Well, of course. You got to, especially with new technology and finances, you always want to be a little bit skeptical.
Right.
And I think the first thing to remember is that the value of any P2E game,
Including Goat Tapper?
including Goat Tapper, is tied to the in-game economy.
Okay.
It's just like the stock market,
So it can fluctuate?
token prices can fluctuate.
Without
And
a doubt.
there's always that risk of a market downturn.
Yeah. So that rare item that I spent all this time grinding for could actually lose value.
Exactly. You got to remember, P2E is still really new.
Okay.
We're all kind of figuring it out as we go.
We're all figuring it out.
And just like any online platform where money's involved,
Right.
you got to watch out for scams and
Yeah. Bad actors.
fraudulent activity. So players need to be smart, do their research.
Don't invest more than you can afford to lose.
Exactly. And that's good advice for any investment, really.
Yeah. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
For sure.
But let's not dwell on the negative. Let's get back to the good stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
What are you most excited about when you think about Goat Tapper and its potential?
What's really remarkable to me is how Goat Tapper is redefining the relationship between players and game developers.
Okay.
In the old days, players were just consumers. They were paying for access
To a game.
to the game, the content. But with P2E,
Players are actually.
players are participants in the economy
Wow.
with the potential to earn real value
From their time.
from their time, their skills, their dedication.
It's almost like players are becoming shareholders
Exactly.
in the game itself.
It's a complete shift in the power dynamic.
Wow. That
And
is
I
a-
think this is just the beginning.
You think so?
I really do. Just imagine a future where game developers and players
Are working together?
collaborate more closely, shaping games together.
That would be awesome.
P2E games like Goat Tapper are paving the way for this more equitable, rewarding gaming ecosystem
For everybody.
for everyone.
Yeah, it's like we're seeing a whole new industry popping up right in front of us,
It is. It's like the Wild West out there.
where players have a real stake.
It's a new frontier.
in the games they're playing.
Yeah, and we've gone from, like you said,
From just being consumers
passive consumers,
to really being a part of it.
active participants. It's
A big shift.
it's a fundamental shift.
Yeah, so let's bring it back to GoTapper.
Okay.
What does its success tell us about where P2E is headed?
Well, I think GoTapper is a great example of how to do P2E, right?
Right.
They've got, that core gameplay that's really fun.
They made it easy to get into.
It's accessible, yeah. They built a strong community.
And they're not afraid to try new things.
They're pushing the boundaries with metaverse integration.
Yeah, they're not just along for the ride.
They're driving.
They're creating the wave.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's interesting how they've balanced that, the play and the earn.
They have.
It's not just about making money.
No.
It's about having fun, too.
It's about the whole experience.
Yeah, so for our listeners out there who maybe this is the first time they're hearing about P2E or maybe they're thinking about trying it out, what's the one thing you'd want them to remember?
I would say don't just dismiss it as just another fad.
Right.
P2E is here to stay.
Okay.
It can change the way we think about gaming, ownership, even work.
Wow.
So if you're curious, do some research. Find a game that you think looks interesting.
Yeah, give it a shot.
Give it a try. You might be surprised.
You might love it.
You might find that you really love it.
Yeah, and maybe you'll find the next GoTapper,
That's right.
the game that changes everything.
Who knows?
All right, well, that brings us to the end of our deep dive
Into GoTapper.
into GoTapper and the world of play to earn.
It's been a good one.
We covered a lot.
Yeah, from tapping goats to the metaverse.
It's been a wild ride.
But you know what? This is really just the start of the conversation.
Yeah, P2E is always changing.
So stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly,
Keep playing those games.
keep playing.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
We'll see you next time.
Until next time, happy gaming.